What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the RTG career mode. It is episode number 16. It's the season finale and it's playoffs again. 2 league games to go, 1 point and 1 place below Leeds. Mathematically, yes, we could still jump into second, but let's be honest here, the likelihood of us finishing the top 2 is incredibly slim. First and final 2 games, Sunderland at home, who we might meet in the playoffs. Come on the Pilgrims. We have not reclaimed second since Leeds took it off us. For longer than a game week. So really this end of the season has just been prolonging the inevitable. Their form has been incredible and we've not been able to match it. The only way we could finish second is by winning back-to-back and Leeds losing 2 of their last 3. I don't think they've lost 2 in the entirety of the second half of the season. So yeah, prolonging the inevitable. That's the way to describe this conclusion of season 2. Playoffs it is. To be fair, the only good thing about the playoffs is that, you know, last season I was worried about having to face Leeds and Norwich, and in the end, Norwich knocked out Leeds and we lost to the Canaries in the final. This year, you look at the teams in the playoffs, Sunderland, who we face here, who we might end up facing, Southampton, who I think we could take, and the other team right now are Millwall, who we've beaten back-to-back this year. So I think if we do go into the playoffs, unlike last year, we'll probably be the favourites for it. But this is not a good omen. Because this might be the team we face, and we're probably going to lose to them as well. Far from our strongest lineup, that's the thing. Far from our strongest lineup, and we've been the better team. Just haven't taken the chances until now. Wayne with 11 and 19 to go. I mean, if we can hold them with a, mostly rotated side, with a strong lineup over 2 legs, we beat them in the North East this season. Yeah, I think we could take them. Final chance for Sunderland to win it. And as it's floated in, it's headed in, and that will do it. Back-to-back losses. What a way to tank the end of the season. Matching Leeds neck and neck, and then just completely started throwing it away. Well, I still think we'll be the strongest team in the playoffs, but in this run of form, unlike last year, we won't even make Wembley. This has got to change. And as we advance through to the 1st of May, Leeds actually played on that Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. So if they won, which they... Oh my God, they didn't. They lost. They lost. Leeds just lost. We would have gone level on goal difference. I mean, they've still got a game in hand. So it really doesn't matter. But I've waited all this time for Leeds to lose. Finally they did, and I lost as well. I couldn't bottle this worse. So the final 3 scouting updates. No one making it from England because we've already picked up 3 goalkeepers. Don't need any more. And no one making the academy from Indonesia either. The lad with green hair, I was tempted, but... I can't give him that, surely, because everyone's going to start dyeing their hair green. And from Honduras, I'm going to give one to Roberto Sands, who, to be fair, has a great starting overall, but as for the rest, they'll get rejected. Right then, there's 1 game to go, and technically we could still do it. If we win this, the season finale in the league, away against Cardiff in Wales, we'll jump into second, but Leeds will still have 2 games in hand, and all they need to do is win just 1 of them. So, I mean, I'll pick my strongest lineup for it, we'll give it a go, but on the back of back-to-back losses, talk about an epic bottle job to end this season off. Let's even at least close the final 46 games out with a win. Come on the Pilgrims. So if we would have won back-to-back, then Leeds would have needed to have win back-to-back after that loss to Birmingham. My goodness, seriously. You just can't, in this division, you can't not capitalise on slip-ups, man. Anyway, what a start. Remember, across to Janos, and... Oh, Janos! How many times do I keep saying this? Looks are deceiving. Oh, he's nutmegged his man as well! What a goal! He had a run like that last season. I can't remember who it was against, and it was an amazing solo goal. I think that was even better. Body fake round his man, step over and nutmeg round the current defender. He looks a bit stocky, Janos, but I tell you, he's nothing like that. That is one of the goals that has saved that. Absolutely class. Look at this nutmeg. Finishes the play. 2-0 Plymouth, and we'll win on our final day. If Leeds beat Blackburn, it counts for nothing, but at least we're doing our job. Finally, if we didn't absolutely bottle it against West Brom and Sunderland, this win would have meant a lot more. But instead, at least we close out the season with the victory. So is it playoffs or not? Well, let's have a quick look. If Leeds beat Blackburn, it's over. And yep, there it is. Leeds beat Blackburn, so that is that. We'll jump into the playoffs and we'll be taking on... Well, we don't actually know yet, because technically the season isn't over. Leeds have got to play Cardiff on, I think it's like the 12th of May or something silly, and then we'll see who we've got in the playoffs. So it's going to be... Here we go. It's going to be Millwall. So we finished third in the end. It will be Millwall at the Den. Sunderland and Southampton will take on each other. And yeah, the Lions at the Den in the first leg and then the second leg at home. We beat them back-to-back in the regular season. And I feel confident we're the strongest team in the playoffs here. Unlike last season, I put us as favourites. Leeds slipping up in 2 of their final 3 games, though. How typical is that? If we had just had 1 win against either West Brom or Sunderland, we would have been promoted. But as it is, it's playoffs. Let's jump into it. First leg, Millwall away in South East London. I feel very confident here, taking on the side that only just snuck in. Come on, the Pilgrims. Shortsman butt with him. It's not Mumba, it's Tariq. Forgot he's on the other side these days. It's Sissoko just couldn't get away. And... oh! Well, considering I've been bottling things recently, it's nice to get a helping hand. A goal with a stand tackle, and Sissoko puts us in front in the most unlikely of ways. Just completely missed the ball. Completely missed the ball trying to kick it out. And a bizarre opening goal, but it might end up being the goal that sends us to the playoffs, because other than that one, nothing's really gone on in this first half. Sissoko fires over. I think get a second goal and return home with a 2-goal lead, and that will do it. 45 minutes to play, and I'm going to push for it. Get that second goal, and I feel very confident we're going Wembley again. Yeah, it's a different feel to the playoffs this year. Last year, we were lucky to get there, as Tariq's had a great game, and no way does Jake Cooper catch up. And it should have been the second. Last year, we were lucky to make the playoffs, let alone make the final. And against Leeds or Norwich, whoever it was going to be, I didn't feel confident. This year, against Millwall, obviously my team, but, you know, I think we're the stronger team. And that's being showed on our regular season back-to-back wins and in this playoff semi-first leg too. And Southampton and Sunderland won't be easy games, but I do feel we'll have more of a chance this year at winning at Wembley. Just going to make sure we don't bottle this semi here. And we're back there once again. And to be fair, haven't had much of a problem in this first leg. No issues defensively. And on the other end, this will surely wrap it. There may be a whole second leg to play, but I think it is over. Plymouth heading back to Wembley. Yes, last year we were the plucky underdogs who did well to just make the playoffs. This year expected to probably go all the way. A 2-0 win in South East London in the first leg. And I'm just going to jump straight out of this one and jump straight into the next one. We'll go right into the second leg, following game. And all we need to do is concede no more than 1 and we're back at Wembley. Come on, the Pilgrims. Yep, incredibly similar to last season. Oh dear, Joe Bryan. To last season, really where all we need to do is keep holding the ball. Oh, it's got to be a pen. And that is us heading to Wembley. Jake Cooper gets himself in a bit of a mess. The giant couldn't sort those long legs out. Oh, it's a free, oh, it's right on the edge. Free kick even, not a pen. But it's over now. Millwall down to 10. We still have that 2-goal lead. And if Morgan converts this, it is game, it is over. And Plymouth Argyle are going back to Wembley. It seemed like it was done at the end of the first leg in London. It's definitely over now. My first free kick goal to save, and it's the clincher as we're going back to the final. Our first free kick goal of the save, scored by Morgan Whittaker. Might have been the cherry on the cake, if you will, but really we knew it was baked at the Den on the back of a 2-0 win. It's 3-0 over 2 legs, and like last season, we're heading back to Wembley for the Championship playoff final. Let's see, we've got Southampton or Sunderland and jump into it. Pretty sure their second leg was yesterday, so we should see directly after we get back to the main menu. I'm pretty sure it'll be Southampton as well, because they had a 2-goal lead in the first leg, and it is going to be, as Aston Villa win the Conference League, it's going to be, yeah, it is indeed Southampton. Southampton in the playoff final. Like us, the exact same scoreline in both legs, a 2-0 win away and a 1-0 win at home, sets up a South Coast derby for the Championship playoff final. So our record against Southampton this season was played 2 in the regular season, 1-1 and drew 1, and we didn't concede in either game. We've got 3 straight clean sheets in our last 3 games and won them all as well. And I would say heading into this, whilst the Saints relegated last season probably have the stronger team on paper, we're the better team on form and over the course of the league season. Dead even with possibly a slight advantage to the Pilgrims. So unlike last season, let's not suffer more heartbreak at Wembley and get up to the Premier League descent I'm asking. I feel confident. Let's not bottle it here. Come on, the Pilgrims. Big loss for Southampton on Sunday against Forest. Great rally back from them, though, in the second half. I must say, the last 2 games, those 2 losses, they've shown they've got enough quality to at least put up a fight in the remainder of the season. Of course, most people do still think they'll be going down. It's Sissoko fires the first shot wide at the post. But I tell you what, there's a couple of players there that I'm sure will be returned to the Premier League if they don't keep Southampton up. And one of them is Mateus Fernandes. I'm a massive fan of him. And if we do beat Southampton today and we do go up, he's going to be on my shortlist, no doubt about it. I'm a massive fan of his. There's Brereton Diaz, who's just left to Sheffield United in real life. Attacks down the left-hand side. Is tripped up by Tariq Lamptey. And 9 minutes in, the Saints have a pen. Well, I said I felt confident. I won't do so if we fall behind. And it is that man who's denied. Connor Hazard bails me out. Still level at Wembley. What a save. Regroup. I've just been absolutely bailed out by Connor. Tariq misses the header. Bella Kotchap's shot is blocked. And Mumba gets it away. Goodness gracious, a frenetic start at Wembley. And Sissoko's on! Kante! For the opening goal! What a sequence at Wembley! Extraordinary drama! It's not quite Deeney to Hogg, or Hogg to Deeney even, but it's still scintillating stuff. Saints should have got a goal up from the spot. Knockout shades of his miss against Watford, and on the other end, Kante puts us in front. Oh, no. Archer, what a save, Hazard. Connor Hazard has just bailed me out twice in 26 minutes. There is no way this game finishes 1-0. Can he go? Let it go. Absolutely no way. This is carnage. I need to calm myself down here because I'm starting to let the occasion get the better of me. Hazard's bailed me out twice in 1 half. And I just need to put my foot on the ball and say, guys, let's just keep it calm, yeah? We've got the lead here. There's Torok, slides it through to Sissoko. He's got Kante ahead of him and he'll find him. Ibrahim, great first touch for his second in the game. No, Ramsdale with the save. Oh, it should have been 2 before the break. What a first half this has been, man. Seriously, if this finishes 1-0, I'll be very surprised. I think whoever gets the next goal is going to win this final. But at this point, it's anyone's guess as to who's going to get it. Hold. Oh my God. This is as dramatic as it gets, man. 45 in. Got to win that, Vandenberg. Does enough, and Whittaker will just hoof it long for the half. 45 minutes to hold on, but that's a long 45 minutes. I think we need a second. Will Smallbone for the Saints. Force wide by Whittaker. Across goal. Keats. Hazard is having a stormer out there, man. This might be his best game for the club, and talk about doing it at the most important time. Kante, I see you! Come on! On the biggest of stages, King Kante asserts his reign with the first and the second, and Plymouth are surely going to the Premier League. Whittaker across, Kante couldn't miss, and that must do it. Well, there's 18 minutes to go. It's not over, and with the chances Southampton have had, if they get one, you never know. As Will Smallbone finds Brereton Diaz with the 1-2, and it is 2-1. 15 to go. It's not over. Well, taken off Sissoko, who, by the way, has probably played his final game for the club, and more on that in a moment, and you know what's going to come now, I've said that, but look at that in the top left. This has been an amazing final. It's been even and equally matched every step of the way, and with 10 to go, all we need to do is keep the ball. Keep the ball, keep the win. Keep the win, we're going to the Premier League. Little nervous, but I think we're going to be alright. Oh, Mumba's got Sugawara dancing. What a great bit of dribbling that is to surely see it. We could go for a third, we could go for a clincher, but we don't need to because that is going to do it. And Plymouth Argyle have won one of the best playoff finals in years and have done it at the second attempt. Last season, my record in Championship playoff finals slipped from 3-0 to 3-1. But as I always say, when you've had an L, when you've had a loss, you just need to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, learn those lessons, and move on to your next endeavour. Stronger for the experience. That is Plymouth Argyle. Get in! What a fight! That was absolutely class. That brilliant final, that. About as even as a final as it possibly could have been, and how different the game would have gone, I am sure, if Mateus Fernandes would have converted that penalty. In the end, Kante might have got the goals, but I think the real hero was the man who made that save, Connor Hazard, who made two big saves in that first half, not just a spot kick ensuring we would stay tied, then lead him, and then ended up closing it out despite conceding late on. Plymouth Argyle heading to the Premier League, and I might have bottled the top two, but I said heading to the playoffs, we're probably the strongest team, and my word did Southampton push us, but we got there in the end. You see the stats here as well. Yeah, very, very even. We had slightly more of the ball, slightly higher XG, but really, it's very tight. It came down to fine margins, and thankfully that man getting the interview was the man who kept his composure. Get in. Plymouth heading to the Premier League, but probably not with Sissoko. As you see here on the screen, Ibrahim requesting a transfer pre-final. Seriously, that is ridiculous. So a brief look at the other competitions around the world, starting with the domestic cups in England, Man City Carabao Cup winners, but Norwich FA Cup winners on penalties this year. You saw it earlier, but Aston Villa were Conference League winners, and the Europa League was won by Benfica this season. And as for the Champions League, I'll just go from the quarterfinals onwards here. Very, very big, good ties. And in the end, Barcelona beat Arsenal by 2-1 for the Champions League final. Where have I seen that before? As for the other leagues, might have came up short in the Champions League final, but did win the Premier League. The Gunners champions this season, and the bottom three going to the Championship, Norwich, Luton and Burnley. Derby and Charlton promoted in League One, playoffs Barnsley, Blackpool, Reading and Sheffield Wednesday in England's third tier this season. And as for League Two, Fleetwood, Northampton and Leyton Orient in the top three in the playoffs, Colchester Crew, Chesterfield and Grimsby Town this season. Oof, PSG winning Ligue 1 on goal difference this season. Very tight championship win there. And as for the Bundesliga, as Kane finally got it, Leverkusen won it last season in this save, and this year, no, he's finally got it. Free clear of Bayer Leverkusen to win that first major honour in his history. I so badly want him to do it this year in real life. Inter champions of the Serie A, 4 clear of Milan, Juve 3rd and Napoli 4th this year. And for the first time I think I've seen this in FC 25, Ajax are finally back on top of Dutch football. Might be struggling with his new team, but his old team are still getting it done in his absence. Ruben Amorim's former club Sporting, top of the Liga Portugal. And Celtic back on top of Scotland this season. Real Madrid champions of La Liga, Barca 2nd, Atletico 3rd and Athletic Bilbao in 4th this season. And as for the final two, it's back-to-back championships for Fenerbahce in the Turkish Super League. Yeah, jury might be out on Mourinho in real life, but in this save, no problems at all. And as for the MLS, it's New York City FC, free clear of LA Galaxy and Inter Miami at this stage in Americans Soccer League. There you go. So as we close out Season 2 with one final look at the Plymouth team this year, I have to say I'm really pleased with what we did with a reasonably low budget. 3 fantastic freebies coming in Obispo, Lamptey and my second best player of the season, Van der Berg, but also the returns of Sissoko and Darko, who were big as well. We didn't just sign a load of wonder kids, we didn't completely blow the squad up either, but we had a little bit more quality and depth this year. I do think that helped over the course of the long season, and most importantly, development from the young players as well, really key too. So as I go through the team one final time here, no doubt about it, there'll be a lot of change for the new season of the Premier League. I hope we'll get given a good budget, but I'd imagine it'll probably be around 20 to 25 million, which in modern day football isn't much. We'll need to make sure we've got enough depth. Oh, Saxon Early, by the way, is going to Cardiff on a free transfer at the end of the season. Paulson is of course going. Sukes is probably going to go, but the most important thing is keeping the core together. You know, Obispo, Blackburn, Lamptey, Mumba, Darko, you know, Morgan, all of those players need to stay, as again Sissoko requested that transfer and unfortunately I can't remove him from the list. But yeah, just keep the core together. Sissoko's going to go, which is gutting, but I mean, to be fair, this season he had an injury, you know, he had fitness problems. And the reason he requested that transfer, as Janos, 10 assists in 30 games in the league, by the way. The reason he requested that transfer was because I didn't play him in the second leg of that Championship playoff semi-final against Millwall. Mate, you scored in the first leg, we were up by 2 goals. We didn't need you. We did not need you. But yeah, this guy played every game for me this season. Davy Vandenberg, I've said it, the hidden gem in career mode this year, for me at least, in an RTG. Guys, I know I said it earlier this season, but if you haven't tried him yet, please give him a go, man. This guy is going absolutely nowhere. I love him. One more time, do it with me. Vandenberg, my lord, Vandenberg. Oh, Davy Vandenberg. What a player, man. What a player. But Whittaker, only 2 goals all season long, but of course one of those coming in that Championship playoff semi-final, that incredible free kick, first free kick goal to save. He'll still be going nowhere, even though his numbers aren't that great. 12 assists though, to be fair, worth pointing out. We know that Wayne is going to go to QPR as well, so we will need to get some players in for the depth, but yeah, it's no doubt about it. There's a couple of players that have got no chance of leaving, and one of those is King Kante. 20 goals and 7 assists in 33 games. Davey probably our second best player, but no doubt who was the top dog. He scored the 2 goals that sent us to the Premier League. And is he going to replicate that form in the top tier? I guess we will find out. But that'll do it for today's episode of Career Mode, guys, and the season finale. If you've enjoyed it, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one as we're heading to the Premier League with Plymouth Argyle, where we'll hopefully get a good budget and reinvest the money we get in some good quality players to give us a chance of staying up. Have a great day, guys. Much love. And I'll see you for the next episode of a brand new season, Season 3, very soon.